been working on this all day. I think I have it figured out. Pay attention. Kirk Cousins is in for RG3. I guess Colt McCoy's kind of in for RG3 too, because this guy doesn't even wear a jersey anymore. Ryan Fitzpatrick is in for Geno Smith because he got punched in the face. Did you know he went to Harvard? No one ever talks about it. It's a fun fact. Romo's out, Whedon's in. Cutler's out, Clausen's in. Matt Stafford may be out. Dan Orlovsky is, first of all, a guy who plays in the NFL, but second of all, in. Drew Brees might be out. McCown is in, but not that McCown, because that McCown is out for the Browns. Johnny Manziel is in. I think that covers everything.
I just read that McCown is in for the Browns.
Mother... Garbage Time. I'm your host, Katie Nolan. On tonight's show, I introduce a new drug for football fans. Chris Distefano and I have a presidential debate, and I'm dropping pizza wrap. I'll explain why. And, you know, since that pylon cam is really sweet, but we don't have pylons here, I went ahead and blew the budget on this revolutionary, put it in frame, mug cam. Yep, You'll never miss a sip. Good idea. But first, back to the crazy mixed-up world of backup quarterbacks, a job that I've always said is sneaky the best job in the league. Here we are in week 3, and it feels like everyone's talking about backups. And you can't talk about backups without talking about McCowns. We've got 2 of them starting this week. And with Jimmy Clausen and Brandon Whedon also looking like they'll be under center, if Dan Orlovsky gets the start in Detroit, we'll have 39 different quarterbacks who have started through week 3, tying the most ever during a non-strike season in NFL history. And that stat doesn't even take into account Fitzpatrick and Cousins taking over just before the season kicked off after their starters got punched in the face, literally and figuratively. And imagine if Jimmy G had been the guy for the first 4 games. That would have sucked. And if you're thinking, how great for them! These backup players finally get a chance to show everyone what they can do. Boy, I hope they succeed. That's probably because you've seen Varsity Blues, Friday Night Lights, Any Given Sunday, Remember the Titans, Necessary Roughness, Friday Night Lights, the television program, The Replacements, and The Devil Wears Prada. Well, that was a story about a starter who gets benched for the backup. Or so someone told me who saw it. Well, I definitely didn't see it. Unfortunately, though, real life isn't like the movies. Being a backup quarterback is the best job in the NFL until it isn't. As a backup quarterback, you get paid to basically be good enough. Not great, not outstanding, but like decent. You know the playbook, you know your teammates, but on game day, you get paid to sit down on your butt a lot of the time. If your team wins a Super Bowl, you get a ring. If your team goes to the White House, so do you. Life is so good until the starter goes down and you're up. And if you win the game, good, you were supposed to. What do you want, a cookie? And if you lose, you worthless piece of I can't believe we pay you to not be good at anything. You finally had your moment and you blew it. I hate you. Actually, it's a lot like working as a lifeguard during your summers in high school. You get paid to sit by a pool or a beach and soak up the sun while your friends are stuck inside folding tank tops at Hollister, which is really difficult because I'm pretty sure those things were made of 2-ply toilet paper. But that lifeguard gig was the best until it wasn't. Until it was actually time to save someone's life and you grabbed your floaty thing and your flippers and you ran into the ocean and you tried to swim out and then oops, oh wait, sandbar. That's a sandbar, but it's okay, I'm gonna run. Wish I didn't put these things on my feet. You know what, sir? Can you come in? You're out too far. Thank you so much. Think of that video while you watch Jimmy Clausen try to drive the Bears down the field this weekend. It will look very similar, with more drowning. And sure, the money's great when you're doing nothing, but when you're taking hits from professional NFL players on a regular basis, it's horrendous. Drew Brees, Tony Romo, and Jay Cutler's contracts come to a combined $56 million per year. And I think Jay Cutler makes that for like 20 years, too. He's got a pension. But the guys who have to step up for them this week, and maybe more weeks, their salaries combine to a whopping $2.79 million. I say it like it's not a lot. I will take that, though. Basically, these guys make in a season what these guys make in a game, which is all well and good for, Dan? Is this Dan or Or Ostrauss? Osweiler? The guy who's probably going to play one game for Stafford. And it may also have been all well and good for Saints backup Luke McCown, who supplemented his game checks by parlaying his role as a backup into an endorsement deal.
Verizon has backup generators for most of their towers, so they're ready if the power ever goes down. I wonder why they save those backups and not just put them in the regular rotation. I bet if they just had the chance, some of those backups would really shine.
Have you met your brother? Unfortunately, if Breeze is hurt, these commercials don't make any sense. So now Luke is out even more cash. But where the salary discrepancy becomes particularly cruel is when you're potentially looking at having to play for, I don't know, 8 weeks, which is probably why Brandon Weeden himself said back in August that he has no interest in starting when he told the Dallas Morning News, and I quote, "God forbid I'm forced to play." Why have you done this to me? But Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett seems to think Weeden will be just fine. He had nothing but glowing praise for him after Romo went down.
I do think he has a poise and a composure about him. He's not someone who gets overly excited. I just think he plays with a good demeanor. I think the players around him have confidence in him, and he goes and executes ball plays. He does his job.
I'm sorry, Jason. You're probably a great guy. It's just very hard to take anything you're saying seriously with that graphic on the bottom of the screen. Weeden, 5-16 in career starts, lost 8 consecutive starts. But everything's going to be fine. But maybe the saddest part of all this is that even though I know the quality of football is going to be subpar over these next few weeks, still gonna watch. I am still gonna sit in my stupid apartment with my stupid TV and stupid beers and put stupid wings in my stupid face all damn day, contributing nothing to society. If only there was a way that I could feel less guilty about that.
It's a sunny Sunday in September. You're out at the park, going for a run, being active, and you're miserable. You want to be inside, alone in a dark room, eating wings and watching football. Introducing Footballium, for the millions of Americans suffering from a crippling condition called having a life. Footballium helps you feel good about ignoring the existence of an outside world while filling your body with disgusting food and beer. Footballium is used to treat such chronic issues as shame, guilt, and friendships. Side effects may include depression, misplaced anger, weight gain, unemployment, gambling addiction, divorce, high blood pressure, and bed sores. If you're stuck on the couch for more than 4 hours after taking Footballium, call your doctor and tell him it's working. It's time for you to take control. Footballium. Don't miss out on the game. Miss out on your life.
And now, second Guess Tess.
Oh, I knew I should have started Devontae Freeman instead of Marshawn Lynch. I'm so dumb.
This has been second Guess Tess.
Thanks, Tess. I think. Don't clap for that. Welcome back to Garbage Time, pretty much the only thing not sponsored by DraftKings right now. You guys sure you don't want to sponsor this really cool mug cam? What's up? Anyway, the presidential race is underway, and the debates so far have been something. There's lots of people, not sure what's going on half the time, but they're rating really well. So we figured we should probably do one ourselves. I called the only worthy opponent I could think of, comedian Chris Distefano, of course, and we squared off to see who would be a better candidate for president of football, besides Trump, of course.
Welcome to the first debate for president of football. The candidates are Chris Distefano from New York and Katie Nolan out of Massachusetts. Candidates, you will hear a beep when your time is up. Ms. Nolan, the first question is for you. Is Eli Manning elite?
Thanks, Dave. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me, and to the United States of America for also having me. Eli Manning is not elite. I'm sure my candidate will bring up the 2 Super Bowls that he won, but I like to live in the present, and that's in the past. That way you can plan for your future. which is very important as president of football.
Mr. Distefano, same question.
Thank you, Dave, for also having me. I'd like to thank the United States and Canada for tuning in. Canadian football is a sport. Is Eli Manning elite? The answer is yes. Going off my opponent's point, he did win 2 Super Bowls.
Was Eli Manning elite? Maybe when he won 2 Super Bowls? Maybe. Or was he lucky? Some would probably say lucky. I am one of those people.
You can't be lucky and win 2 Super Bowls.
Can I finish?
He won 2.
Can I finish?
Lucky
Excuse
is
me,
1.
moderator, could you moderate, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll say this. I don't like that they always zoom in on Eli Manning's face or Peyton Manning's head after he takes his helmet off. It's like, what's with the red spot?
For the next question, we'll begin with Mr. Distefano. Should the Browns stick with Johnny Manziel or start Josh McCown?
That's a great question. I think the Cleveland Browns should absolutely stick with Johnny Manziel, a.k.a. Johnny Football.
It's not really his name. It's not his name. You're not saying facts.
It's Johnny Football Manziel, and that's his parents knew. He's from Texas, so like they knew he was going to be a good football player. So they just named him Football. Just like Mom from New York, I'm going to name my kid, Pizza. If Johnny Manziel played for another team, then I'd say, yeah, put in the better quarterback. But it's not about football in Cleveland, okay? It's about them making it to see another year before they all jump in Lake Erie because it's just too much to handle living in Cleveland.
Miss Nolan, should the Giants keep Jason Pierre-Paul?
Thanks, Dave. This is a tough question. I was thinking no at first. I feel like yes. Loyalty is important to me. And the guy lost a couple fingers, so what? You don't need fingers to tackle. Tell you one thing, he's not going to get called for holding.
Miss Nolan, give me your best Marshawn Lynch impression. Very good. Mr. Distefano?
I've been here the whole time. From the commercial that's airing now.
What the f***?
There's a commercial. You haven't seen that?
No, I've seen the commercial.
Okay.
Miss Nolan, we'll go to you first. The Giants recently came out in support of wearing socks with sandals. Is it okay to wear socks with sandals?
Your socks are never clean unless you just bought them. Because you can wash socks over and over and over. They're dirty and dingy forever, and I don't want to see your dingy socks, so please put on a shoe.
Mr. Distefano?
I do not think it's okay to wear socks and sandals because I don't think it's ever appropriate for men to wear sandals. I don't ever want to see any man's foot in my life, okay? Your feet are disgusting. When I see men's feet in the street, I feel like they're crawling on my shoulders. I'm wearing 4 pairs of socks right now just in case I blow a hole in the sneaker. I will say, though, that socks with sandals is a Dominican thing, and Victor Cruz is Dominican, so hola mi gente.
That didn't make any sense because you said you didn't like socks with sandals because you don't want to see feet, but the socks prevent you from seeing the feet, therefore you've disproven your own point, and you should not be elected president of anything. Stupid.
I'd like to rebuttal that. That's true, but because I can see the outline of people's feet in socks, which makes it look even worse, because now it looks like your toes have cleavage.
Are we talking about thong sandals? Because I thought we were talking about the Adidas sandals with the little feelers on the bottom, and those don't have there's no toe cleavage.
My mind goes directly to the thong toe because it's the most repulsive, and I bury it in a deep, dark place, and now I'm going to need therapy after this because thoughts are coming back up. I hate you, Dad.
Mr. Distefano, this next question's for you. Should Tom Coughlin be fired?
Yes, he should be fired for the simple fact that I love Tom Coughlin because he did win us 2 Super Bowls, but he looks like he's going to have a stroke at any second. And for his health and well-being, I'd like Tom Coughlin to be fired. But it's not because I think he's doing a bad job. I just want him to be able to see his grandkids.
Well, I disagree with that, but I will say he should be fired because he doesn't understand how clocks work, and we learned that in 2nd grade.
I'd like to just rebuttal quickly. We live in a world of new digital clocks. He learned clock with the small hand, big hand, and that's really hard to keep track of.
Miss Nolan, which woman should be on the $10 bill?
I believe there's only one possible option, and I'll be shocked if you don't agree with me. Tammy Taylor, the First Lady of Football.
I'm confused because I thought there was a woman on the $10 bill. You're saying that's a guy?
We will now hear closing arguments from each of our candidates. We will start with Mr. Distefano.
In closing, I'd like to say, F you, Katie Nolan.
Miss Nolan, your closing argument.
I too would like to say thank you for having me, and thank you to my opponent. Go America, and Canada, and Cleveland. Thank you. I'm going to shake this hand now. Also, watch Benders October 1st on IFC.
At 10 p.m. It's on at 10 o'clock. See you later.
Thanks, Chris. Hopefully together we can make America great again. Next up, Ragnar the Viking mascot is in a very serious holdout situation in Minnesota, and I have some hot Viking takes on it. Stay tuned for that, please.
This week on Thursday Night Football, the 0-2 New York Giants host the 1-1 Washington team. Eli Manning has faced doubters before, but the G-men always bounce back. Kirk Cousins looks to continue his winning ways for his team. Odell Beckham looked unstoppable last week. Meanwhile, the other guy's defense need to figure out an answer. Guys, I'm just not saying it. Like, it's 2015. It's unbelievably racist. It's so offensive. Someone just tell Dan Snyder, just go f off already, all right? Thursday Night Football. Giants. Other team. Ugh.
Does he even work here? He gets very angry. Give him a raise. Welcome back to Garbage Time. It's time for ad drop! Oh my God! First up, I am going to drop Pizza Rat. In case you missed it, and I can't imagine that you did, Pizza Rat was the hottest thing on the internet this week. He is, as his name suggests, a rat that has an affinity for a large slice of pizza, but I am dropping him because he dropped that piece of pizza after 4 stairs. You gotta stick with it, Pizza Rat. You remind me of me when I wear a trendy big hat. I leave the house and I'm like, I got this. This is good for me. And then by the time I get to the train, I've taken it off, I'm crying, and I hate myself. So that's why I'm dropping Pizza Rat. But I'm going to add Milkshake Squirrel. This little rodent knows what he wants, and he goes and gets it. That's him drinking a milkshake from Shake Shack out of the garbage. And let's be honest, who hasn't jumped headfirst into the trash for some Shake Shack? I know I have. We don't judge here. We're celebrating rat creatures for doing rat things. What a time to be alive. Next, I'm going to drop Seahawks fans. Yep, sorry 12th man. You guys are super passionate and supportive, except when you're not doing too well. This week, a group of fans started a GoFundMe page to raise money to break up Russell Wilson and Sierra. I won't bother trying to walk you through that logic. Just know that C-blocking a guy who C-blocks himself just fine is gonna get you dropped. And I'm going to add Bills fans. They tried to set a Guinness World Record for noise level in the stadium during their game against the Pats on Sundays, and they failed. Aww, so I'm gonna add them because, you know, I sure could use some peace and quiet around here. Lastly, I'm going to drop Joe Juranich, the man formerly known as Ragnar, the Vikings mascot. He and the Vikings have parted ways because, according to an AP report, he wanted the team to pay him $20,000 per game for 10 years to do this. And just to be clear, that clip is not slowed down. He goes like 7 miles per hour on his little motorcycle. For money like that, I imagine he must be something special. Are you special, Joe?
The crazy thing is what people don't realize, and I'm gonna just say this, I'm gonna put it in layman's terms. I poop the same way every other guy does. You know, there's nothing special about me.
Okay, I don't think layman's terms means what you think it means, but you're dropped. And I'm gonna add Ragnar. Here's why, because in reading this article, I learned that that gig was paying him $1,500 per game. Forget backup quarterbacks. That is definitely the new best gig in the league, and it's open, so let's all go get it. All right, guys, that's it. That's ad drop. Woo! Still to come, someone on Twitter's got to delete their account, and we crown our Garbage Time Hero of the Week. Is it going to be this guy, a.k.a. Will Ferrell?
Go! Oh, my God. It's
Welcome back to Garbage Time. It's time now for a new segment where I highlight the worst tweet sent out on sports Twitter this week and urge the person who tweeted it to delete their account. This is Delete Your Account.
Delete your account!
This week, I really wanted to give this honor to Stephen A. Smith, who tweeted, "Oh my God, did y'all hear the terrible news? Jay Cutler had to leave the game after throwing an INT. Aw, I hope he's okay. Hashtag waste of time QB. Call me old-fashioned, but mocking an athlete's injury just always rubs me the wrong way. P.S. Speaking of old-fashioned, nice emoji, Stephen. It's a good one. All around, huge fail. So I was going to tell Stephen to delete his account. But then, Monday night, Darren Ravel tweeted, "Uck plus an L equals luck." So, Darren Ravel, please delete your account.
Delete your account!
Okay, guys, running out of time, so let's go ahead and crown our garbage time hero of the week. This week, it's this guy. That would be a ref falling into Kenny Britt after a touchdown at the game Rams versus the, where's Angry Promo Guy? Versus the Washington team. That's our show for this week. Thanks to Chris Distefano for stopping by. Next week on the show, we have Oklahoma head coach Bob Stoops, because, you know, he's a big fan, just like all the super busy college football coaches. Have a good week, guys. Stay tuned for more garbage.
Shut up. Nope, it's me though.
But my hand goes a little further with the point.
It's further now. So,
spiritually,
hey, thank
he feels
you.
my spirit.
His name is John. Dave?
Michael.
Thank you, Dave. Tess! Come on, Tess. Know these things. Come on. Stupid! I think whoever's sweating the most should win.
Yeah.
Go.
Look at this. Crushing.